traced the streets we thought we knew. Every corner led away. The plans we drew in careful lines faded faster than we'd say. We carry compasses of hope, but they spun in empty hands, and the directions we had trusted collapsed like castles in the sand. Some journeys aren't meant to guide, some paths just disappear. After we lost the map, we wandered where the shadows grew. Every step was sideways, every horizon blurred from view. We carried all the almost, all the roads that never led. After we lost the map, we followed only what we said. We tried to anchor in the middle, tried to claim a place to stand, but the terrain of us was shifting like it couldn't be unmanned. We searched for signs in silence, for landmarks in the dark, for anything that would remind us of the way we left our mark. Some hearts can't read the distance, some love can't read the stars. After we lost the map, we wandered where the shadows grew. Every step was sideways, every horizon blurred from view. We carried all the almost, all the roads that never led. After we lost the map, we followed only what we said. Maybe love is not a compass, maybe maps are made to fade. Maybe the only directions are the ones our hearts have laid. And maybe finding each other was never meant to last, but the journey keeps reminding of all the roads we passed. After we lost the map, we walked where no one could remain. Every path a little broken, every trace a little pain. We carried all the almost, all the lessons left unread. After we lost the map, we followed the words we never said. And even now the lines are faded, but I feel them in my step. After we lost the map, I still walk the roads we kept. You used to linger in the doorway, like you weren't sure where to stand, like the world was still deciding if it meant to take your hand. You hadn't yet learned distance, or how silence builds a wall. You still cared about the echoes of what happens when we fall. You hadn't learned surrender as a way to disappear. This was before you learned to leave, before you practiced letting go, before you made an exit without telling me you'd go, before you knew that love could fade without anger, without grief. Back in the days you still belonged, before you learned to leave. You used to listen with your shoulders, with the quiet of your eyes. You hadn't yet discovered how to hide behind replies. I watched you grow sharper with the weight of what you knew. Watched the warmth turn into strategy, like it never once was true. You hadn't mastered vanishing or the art of being gone. This was before you learned to leave, before you practiced letting go, before you made an exit without telling me you'd go, before you knew that love could fade without anger, without grief. Back in the days you still belong, before you learn to leave. Maybe leaving isn't spiteful, maybe it's just self-defense. Maybe love can feel like burden when the heart loses its sense. Maybe we were never ready, maybe we were never brave. Maybe you were only learning how to walk out of what gave. This was before you learned to leave, before the silence took your name, before the distance felt rehearsed, and I learned to do the same, before we stopped forgiving what our fear could not believe. Back in the days you still were mine, before you learned to leave. And I still remember the version of you who never knew how to leave. I smiled through the moments, thought the world was soft and kind. Never felt the weight of silence that would settle in my mind. I walked through all the laughter, kept my chest from catching fire. Didn't know the aching was waiting to claim me with desire. Some pain arrives slowly, some loss doesn't announce its stay. I didn't know it hurt yet, until the quiet felt too deep, until the night revealed the cracks the daylight tried to keep. I didn't know the empty spaces could echo automatic, until the truth arrived unseen. I didn't know it hurt yet. was alone. The words that went unspoken, the distance I let grow, built a place inside my chest where grief would overflow. Some hearts wait for the moment before they finally bend. I didn't know it hurt yet until the quiet felt too deep, until the night revealed the cracks the daylight tried to keep. I didn't know the empty spaces could echo what it meant, until the truth arrived unseen. I didn't know it hurt yet. Maybe love hides its edges until you've nowhere left to stand. Maybe pain is patient and waits for your own hand to finally let it in, to finally understand that the hurt was always patient, and now it leaves its brand. I didn't know it hurt yet until the silence wrapped me whole, until the past I carried found the corners of my soul. I didn't know the quiet moments could leave a heart unmet, until the night revealed it all. I didn't know it hurt yet. Now I feel it gently, like a shadow I can't forget. There was a time before you when the air was just the air, when the days were just the daylight and the nights were simply there. Nothing waited in the doorway, no heartbeat out of place, no quiet kind of gravity pulling gently at my face. I didn't know what longing was, or how a name could spark. I didn't know you yet, didn't know how love begins, didn't know the way a single look could rearrange my skin, didn't know that empty spaces had a shape they could be get back in the days before you, when I didn't know you yet. There was no way to morning, no urgency to time, no pages left unwritten with your fingerprints in mine. I hadn't learned the language that your silences would teach, hadn't learned the kind of distance that no arms can ever reach. I didn't know what tenderness could do without a thread. I didn't know you yet, didn't know how love begins, didn't know the way a single look could rearrange my skin, didn't know that empty spaces unexpected, toward a sight it's never seen. And the after writes itself in the corners of the chest, and everything that came before feels unfinished at best. I didn't know you yet, didn't know how death was made, didn't know how easily the future could fold into a name, didn't know that something missing could arrive without regret. Back in the days before you, when I didn't know you yet. And sometimes I still miss that girl who didn't know you yet. Started in a moment I didn't recognize as change, just a fleeting glance of tenderness that shifted something strange. No fireworks in the distance, no trembling in the air, just a sudden kind of softness that was never there. I didn't plan for futures, didn't chase a grand design. I loved you without warning, without signs or guarantees, without promises of safety or the right to keep you near. It wasn't written in the stars or whispered by the morning. I just found my heart already there. I loved you without warning. There was no speech to practice, no map to guide me through, just the quiet recognition that my world had tilted you. I tried to hide the shifting, tried to hold my breath instead, but the truth had moved inside me long before the words were said. Some love begins in silence before the voices catch. I loved you without warning, without signs or guarantees, without promises of safety or the right to keep you near. It wasn't written in the stars or whispered by the morning. I just found my heart already there. I loved you without warning. Maybe that's why it lingered long after you walked on, why the echo kept on humming even when the song was gone. Some love arrives unspoken, some leaves without a sound, but the kind that has no training is the kind that stays around. I loved you without warning, without preparation's shield, without knowing how it ended or what time refused to yield. It wasn't blessed by certainty I loved you without warning, and maybe it was foolish, but it was mine all the same. I watch you walk the distance, step by step into the sky. Every inch of space between us felt like a question, why? I carried every moment like a fragile little flame, hoping that your shadow would hesitate to remain. But some departures are certain, some goodbyes have no delay. I thought you'd turn around and meet me halfway there. I thought your heart might linger somewhere in the air. I thought a glance would stop you, or a whisper make you stay. But I learned too late, my love. I thought you'd turn around that day. I retraced all our footsteps along the streets we knew. Every echo of your laughter, every color of you. I held on to the almost, the pauses in between. But even hope has limits, and even dreams can lean. Some love waits for nothing, some hearts move on in flight. I thought you'd turn around and meet me halfway there. I thought your heart might linger somewhere in the air. I thought a glance would stop you, or a whisper make you stay. But I learned too late, carries what words couldn't say. I thought you'd turn around, but you kept walking away. The credit should have rolled then, the light should have come on. We'd run out of every reason, but I kept holding on. You were already elsewhere, already turning new, while I stayed for the last line we never made it to. I thought maybe love rewinds if you don't leave too soon. So I waited past the ending, when there was nothing left to see, when the story had stopped trying, but I kept rereading me, when the silence did the talking and the truth refused to bend. I waited past the ending, long after you'd called it end. I kept standing in the doorway where goodbye never spoke, trying not to wake reality like it was something you could choke. I was bargaining with moments that had already disappeared, holding space for resolutions you'd already made clear. I couldn't tell the difference between devotion and pretend. So I waited past the ending for an edit that never came, for a rewrite of the hurt where we didn't share the blame. But love doesn't take suggestions and time refuses to defend. I waited past the ending, thinking endings sometimes mend. Maybe I thought staying longer made the loss mean something more. Maybe I believe love's exit always leaves one open door. Maybe part of me was hoping you'd return for one last scene, but hope rarely checks the schedule before asking what it means. So I waited past the ending until patience turned to ache, until waiting felt like punishment for a promise you didn't make, until yesterday stopped haunting and forgiveness could descend. I waited past the ending, but even endings have to end. And I finally left the theater once there was nothing left to defend. I hear it in quiet, when the world forgets to speak, a shadow of your laughter soft against my cheek. I try to leave it behind me, but it clings beneath my skin. A memory that won't surrender, a song that won't rescind. Some voices don't leave rooms, some names don't fade with time. I'm still carrying your head through the halls of every day, through the empty conversations and the words we couldn't say. It follows me like sunlight through the cracks of who I am. I'm still carrying your echo, like a heartbeat in my hand. I trace the old reflections in the corners of the night, where everything we were is caught in gentle light. I reach for what is over, but the past refuses me, and your echo lingers softly in the spaces I can't see. Some absence is persistent, some loss just comes along. I'm still carrying your echo through the halls of every day, through the empty conversations and the words we couldn't say. It follows me like sunlight through the cracks of who I am. I'm still carrying your echo, like a heartbeat in my head. Maybe letting go is quiet, maybe isn't meant to be. Maybe these some love survives as whispers in memory. And though the world moves forward and the shadows start to bend, your echo walks beside me like a ghost that never ends. I'm still carrying your echo through the spaces we once knew, through the corners of my silence where it softly pulls me through. It follows me like sunlight through the cracks of who I am. I'm still carrying your echo, and I will until I can. And sometimes in the quiet, I hear you still and understand. It took a long time to unravel all the threads we tied so tight. Every question left unanswered, every fault we failed to cite. I replayed our conversations, tried to solve what couldn't be, like a puzzle missing pieces that refused to let me see. But some endings have no shape, some truths don't testify. It was the day I stopped asking why, stopped begging for an answer, stopped trying to make it make sense, stopped feeding every cancer. Some stories don't explain themselves, no matter how we try. I finally learned to let it be. The day I stopped asking why. I used to gather every moment as if proof could change the past. Used to search the broken edges for what never meant to last. There were nights I blamed the silence, days I blamed myself instead. But the truth was not a verdict, just the weight of what was said. Some losses don't have lessons, some wounds don't clarify. It was the day I stopped asking why, stopped begging for an answer, stopped trying to make it make sense, stopped feeding every cancer. Some stories don't explain themselves, no matter how we try. Stop tearing through the past, stop searching for the moment when forever lost its cast. Some stories don't explain themselves, no matter how we try. I finally learned to breathe again the day I stopped asking why. And the quiet felt like freedom for the first time. We had plans in whispered colors, sketch across the sky so wide. We thought tomorrow waited on the edges of our pride. But something shifted silent before the sun could rise. And the map we thought we'd follow fell beneath our eyes. Some dreams are fragile, some hope is easy to mistake. That was the day the future broke, all the promises we made, the paths we thought would guide us suddenly began to fade. Every vision we were holding, every light we thought we'd stoke, crumbled quietly between us the day the future broke. I watched the hours scatter like leaves across the street. The moments we thought endless fell away our feet. We carried all the questions we couldn't make a line, and the hands of time betrayed us in the space where we combined. Some love can't bend the present, some plans can't hold their shape. That was the day the future broke. All the promises we made, the past we thought would guide us, suddenly began to fade. Every vision we were holding, every light we thought we'd stoke, crumbled quietly between us the day the future broke. Maybe life doesn't warn you before it shifts the ground. Maybe hope is temporary until reality is found. Maybe the dreams we treasured were never ours to keep, and the future falls apart while we are still asleep. That was the day the future broke. All the plans we tried to save, all the roads that seemed unending turned into a shallow grave. Every vision we were holding, every light we thought we'd stoke, crumbled quietly between us the day the future broke. And still I feel the pieces of what we almost made the day the future broke, and our hands could not persuade.